spoke from your heart, and your optimism is very, very infectious. So all of us are more positive about the NEP. And now we come to the pillars that shoulder the policy, the teachers. The empowerment of teachers was long overdue. And this part of NEP excites me the most. Having competent teachers is the crux of society at large. The next section is dedicated to the empowerment of teachers. Mr. Sunil Bhakre, an eminent educationist who's presently with the Eklavya Model Residential School, Nashik, will now talk to us about the impact of NEP on teachers, teachers training, and teachers qualification. Mr. Sunil Bhakre is also the state coordinator CBSE of EMRS schools in the Maharashtra state. With 25 years of rich teaching experience behind him, he is a CBSE master trainer, a mentor now. He is also a CBSE affiliation expert, so knows the organization quite well. He runs a parent advocacy program also. So Sunil, the stage is all yours. Unmute, please, Sunil. Unmute.
Yeah. Very good evening, all. Thank you very much. Thank you, the organizers, and I would like to also thank all the participants. Very actively, they are participating. Special thanks, because most of them are asking the question and they themselves are answering the question, especially regarding the regional language. There is a question. So the NEP 2020 National Education Policy, rather I should call it as necessary education policy, because it was a kind of thing which was required after a long duration of 34 years. And I'm going to speak regarding the teachers, and the main people who could take this forward is only the teachers. Policy making is a one thing and carrying it out is another thing. So 99% role here onwards goes to the teachers. Therefore, teacher is the main pillar, or we can say the torch bearer for this NEP 2020. So I congratulate all the eminent personalities present over here, those who are the educators, teachers, and the torch bearer for the NEP 2020. And it is really a transformation for our country, which was required for 21st century, for creating a great resource for the country. Now, yesterday I was listening to one webinar, and I heard from Anita Karwal madam, that teacher is oxygen in NEP. Very rightly she has said, because teachers have a very great and significant role to play. Lifelong impact is there on the student, and this impact is not only for teaching, but gives the skills to the students, and the lifelong creativity is developed in the students by the teachers. Therefore, the main emphasis in this policy, I feel, is content to content, competency based. So here onwards, the education will rather go from content to competency. So there is a drastic change which is brought, that is to keep away the rote learning. That is one of the main drawback which was there, and children usually do not like. They are getting bored out of it. And second is creating a vibrant classroom. Teachers will have a very important responsibility of creating a vibrant classroom, and through this, a kind of interactive education is expected. Now, while making the education for the teachers, as we all must have heard about it, but in short, I'll tell you that 4 years integrated B.Ed course is developed for the teachers, so that it is a stage specific, it is subject specific B.Ed in a multidisciplinary institute, and it is in a pro-dominant way to become a teacher. Means some of the non-functioning type of institute which are just awarding the degree of B.Ed will be now closed down. They cannot run their shops for creating the teachers and just throwing out. Means in short, we can say that becoming a teacher by chance and by choice rather than by a chance. Therefore, the other two will also continue, that is 2 years B.Ed, which is after the graduation, and 1 year period, that is after a post-graduation degree or maybe after B.Ed. That will be actually continuing. But here, very important thing is what? Train teachers, and actually the good ones which are having the potential, a kind of creativity, those kinds of teachers will be absorbed in this stream. And you must have also read or heard, I don't know, but the government is going to provide a scholarship incentives for the girls, rural ladies in this frame, and local resource of teacher, talented teachers could be developed. And these teachers can take this national education policy forward. So very good resource will be developed for the rural talented people to come in the stream of education as a teacher, and through which they will get a good opportunity and become a torch bearer in this policy. So this is very important part, that a kind of incentive, a kind of you can say scholarship is going to be provided to the teacher, and this is very important part. And apart from the B.Ed programs, a check will be there, that a standardized type of B.Ed curriculum will be imparted to the teachers, and multi-level teaching can be done. Similarly, a typical student facilitating type of pedagogy has to be developed, not for teaching but for evaluation also. And teaching the children with the disabilities is also a great challenge. And therefore, teaching these children, special need children, special teachers will be also given a chance and given some kind of certification courses, so that they become a resource. So as long as teachers will not become a resource, the students under our care will also not become a resource. So this NEP strongly believes that as long as we will not create very effective, very efficient, very creative type of teachers who are completely devoted in this particular field, we will not able to create the society expected in the 21st century, and which will really become a human resource for the country. So short level kind of programs and some kind of complexes will be developed, which will give the professional growth of the teachers. Means teacher can continuously grow with the progress, and therefore teachers education will be improved step by step. Now I do believe that it is not a one night show. It will take a longer time. Somebody has asked a question here also, that how long will it take? This policy is expecting the 100% result maybe by 2030 or there onwards. Means after 2030 onwards, we can get a expected result of this particular thing. It is not that today the policy is released, tomorrow it is implemented, and day after tomorrow we'll get the results or the outputs or the flowers and fruits of it. It will take time, but the fruits will be surely very sweet fruit. And therefore, here we'll find that some teachers are asked, that Vijay Thorat sir, then Pranali ma'am, then Swati ma'am asked about some of the challenges, that what about the local language teachers? See, the emphasis or the insisting kind of thing about this policy, not about the urban, but in rural area teaching or medium of teaching, so that they can make that particular, especially in the tribal areas. It is very important, because I have seen certain parts of Maharashtra, the district like Nandurbar or district like Amravati, if you are joining here, you'll understand that in one particular district, at least 10 to 12 different types of languages are spoken, local language, vernacular language. So teaching the particular concept or that particular subject in a given language is not that easy. So in these cases, what happens is, we have to facilitate the teaching, take the teaching to the level of the student, and then bring the student to the level of the teaching. And there is a kind of cohesion between the students and the curriculum. So they have very thoughtfully done, because I met one or two members of this committee. T. Kattimani sir is one of the member of the tribal Indira Gandhi Tribal University, and discussed about all these things when he was visit on Maharashtra visit. So you will understand that the emphasis is given, so that language becomes very familiar and very oneness in the language and in the curriculum. Then and then only effectively the curriculum can be. But it is not compulsory that it should be taught in that particular local language or in that particular regional language. It is a choice. It is as far as possible. You can use a dialect. You can use as a medium of instruction, like that. I hope you must have got the point what I've said. Then similarly, today you'll find most of the teachers will know it, that there is urgent need of special educators. Special educators are not available. CBS is not giving affiliation unless and until you are special educator. And at today, the current situation is that one special educator has to work in 3-4 schools in a city. This is the fact. So in this case, the NEP is striving that special educator can be created, can be given some pre-service training, in-service training, and create a special educator, and special focus can be given on special education, because these children with a special need are a kind of matter of great concern. So attention has to be paid to this particular children, and that is a very positive point according to my opinion, because all the other children who are very well can get the education, but what about these students? So special educator appointment is compulsory, but special educators are not available, was a kind of deficiency in this. Now similarly, multidisciplinary B.Ed, M.Ed courses, universities will be set up, and these courses will be implemented so that very strong, stout, and efficient teacher, well-trained teachers can come out of it. Similarly, inclusion of fundamental duties, that is Article 51A of Constitution, will be also introduced in the B.Ed teaching or training, we can say, so that Article 51A, when it is implemented, that article, once the seats are shown in the teacher, automatically it is getting percolated among the students. That is the view behind it. Now second is local specialized instructor. Now see, as previous my respected previous speakers they said about teachers, that how we can get the teachers. Now it is said when there is a vocational subject, so certain vocational subject do not get, and that special instructors from the local area can be given short courses through bites or diets, and these short courses, after giving them, these people can become a resource for specialized instructors for that particular school or the hub of school. Somebody has also, I have noted down the question, it was asked how to create the school complexes, kind of thing. School complex is nothing but the nearby schools can come together and exchange their resources, maybe physical resources, maybe human resources, both the resources can be exchanged so that it will be mutualism and both can get benefited. So in these cases, these special educators or specialized instructors which will be hired for certain vocational courses will be very great beneficial for this, because if you want to keep our Indian tradition and culture alive and let it grow, let it flourish, then these kind of things are very necessary. Similarly, special short and post B.Ed certification courses are also introduced in the policy, and this is very important because after certain conditions, what happens is after getting B.Ed, our education stops, or usually the teachers do not like. So here there are chances of growth and development, and enlarging the area or arena of your skills, of your potential, and the effectiveness can be brought by such short courses which are there after the B.Ed. The certification, short certification courses are there, and teachers will be promoted for these courses. Similarly, NCFT, that is National Curriculum Framework, which was there, that is 2009, will be now outdated by the year 2020 end, and it will be revised and updated within next 5 years. After every 5 years, it will be revised according to the needs and necessities of the education. It will be revised, it will be brought into practice, some changes, some modifications will be done so that it is effectively implemented. Next is setting up of the national professional standards for teachers. Now, standardization has become main core part of this policy. Everywhere you find the word standard. As long as there is no standardization, no standard education can be imparted, and it is no, we cannot expect the remaining things like quality education or effective creative type of education. Now, very important part of this policy is teachers are given kind of liberty here for implementing their own type of pedagogies, their own methodologies suitable for the students. So a kind of autonomy, a kind of liberty is given to the teachers so that the teachers can use their own methodology, their own technology, or they can do the blending of it. But the instruction or the imparting of the knowledge, imparting of the content or creativity can be done by their own ways and by their own means. There is a lot of scope for the career development for the teacher. Very important thing, as long as you will not give them the career growth, they will be not attracted. Now I told you in the previous part also that teaching by chance and teaching by choice, as long as teaching will not become as a choice, it will be not implemented very effectively. So this kind of modification, this kind of upliftment is brought in the policy, and it is very strongly, very positively, it is appreciated by all the eminent educationists, all the eminent personalities, and by all levels and by all class of the society. Now, interactive teaching and analyze how to teach in the class. Teachers has to be very effective with a typical potential, with a typical capability of handling the student, of imparting the knowledge and curriculum. That is very important. So what is done this NEP is what, that there is a reduction in curriculum. The curriculum is reduced, so that the point behind this is that after reducing the curriculum, the teachers can give more time for imparting the knowledge, interactive session, demonstrative activities, creative thinking, corrective thinking can be done, and students can be 100% involved in this process by all means. Means it will be not a kind of monotonous type of teaching. Rote learning is completely avoided. For that, as long as this curriculum is considered, till now students and teachers were having a great complaint that a vast curriculum, we have to complete the syllabus, we have to complete the curriculum, and then assessment, and all this framework is now changed. Now next is promotion of high quality content and critical thinking, analysis based learning. Now learning has become multi-dimensional, multifaceted type of thing, not a kind of like a horse where the two things are tied over his eyes and it has to run only one direction. But it is now multifaceted and multi-level type of thing, where children can have a critical thinking, analysis based thinking, experiential learning, as well as lifelong learning. So 21st century skills are also very effectively proposed in this policy, so that as long as they not achieve this, certain problems will be not resolved or not subsided, as long as this is not only introduced but effectively implemented. And this job has to be done by each and every teacher with a keen interest and devotion, because in the corona also you must have seen that teachers are now teaching online by all means, and by 100% effort they are putting to reach in each and every student. And you can see in the continuous phase of like a transformation, they have come up with varied ideas, and it is very effectively implemented. Now interactive activities are included in the teaching learning, so that only textbook is not the kind of thing. So teachers will have to create their own resources, blending of teaching learning, or multiple ways has to be implemented for teaching through the art integration or through culinary art, by means of even by showing some movie, that part of that or a content of that subject or that particular matter can be made to understand the student. And only textbook is not a kind of limitation. Now it is beyond the textbook, we can say. Now no more rote learning is expected or is allowed, it is rightly said. Therefore, to avoid this rote learning, there is a creative thinking, there is critical thinking, there is analysis based learning, or very important is research based and project based learning is also put up. So that now we will see that as long as our time, I remember very well, research means in Maharashtra, I was thinking that it is a very kind of typical thing which can be done only in Pune University, and those are highly educated, MSc, MAd, and all these people only can do the research, was a kind of thing in my mind as long as I was doing my education. But today it is very clearly emphasized by the national education policy that it should be implemented right from the primary classes, so that they can become well versed with the research, projects based learning, survey based learning, inquiry based learning. These are the main aspects the teacher. So the real kind of thing which is lying on the shoulders of the teacher. Outcome based learning. Now NCERT has published the learning outcomes for all the classes. Earlier it was out of class 8. Now it is extended out to class 10. And therefore in this regard, even the next type of examination which were conducted, that is TET, CTET examination, they are also now extended to class 12, because earlier what was happening is up to class 8 it was TET or CTET, and for senior colleges it was set net examination, but class 8 to 12 was a excluded class, and therefore it is also brought into this stream, that is CTET or TET examination. Experiential learning and 21st century skills are very important part of this. And holistic teaching learning. Holistic means what? Through one subject, you can conclude or you can collaborate all subjects. Very simple example I usually give in my training sessions is, suppose you are preparing lime juice, nimbu sharbat, if you are preparing. In the process of making limbu sarbat, if you are showing that limbu sarbat or lemon juice, if you are preparing, two or three ingredients which are required is lemon, or you can say water, and a glass. In an experiential way, you can teach that lemon, it is a fruit, its color is yellow, it is round in shape. So you can say in mathematical circle, the color, the size. Then in science, you can say water is a liquid. Then juice, which is sour in taste, is a kind of acid that can be taught. Or if you the line into two parts, two halves. If you cut it 2 by 4 or 3 by 4, that can be also taught. Then when you add it in that, the taste changes. So again, science, where is this line grown, in which area? So geography. So in this way, you can find language. If you ask the child, what is this lime? What is this water? Glass? Language. So in one common example of making lime juice, or we can say Nibu Sharbat, English, maths, science, geography, or even history can be collaborative. So this kind of collaborative learning is expected from the teacher so that the learning becomes a joyful experience. And as long as it doesn't become a joyful experience, they will not get attracted. They will not find themselves well versed with this. So for this, in NEP it is mentioned that 50 hours training is very important and compulsory for the teacher. 50 hours training, very, very important and compulsory. It doesn't mean only teacher, it is for even the school leaders. All the type of elements which are involved are equally involved in this part. Now, role of teacher, what we can say is, what is the role of teacher? It starts with recognition. In this policy, it is said that teachers will be given more dignity, kind of respect. What was there in the ancient days, like gurus? In those days, there were gurus. They were earning such a lot respect and dignity. It is also going to come back for the teacher because the election work or the survey work or any other kind of work, it will be completely removed from the teacher's part, and teachers will only concentrate on the teaching rather than all other things. So there will be a dignity, there will be respect, there will be autonomy for the teacher, very important. And teachers should become re-establish their image as the most respected element of the society. On WhatsApp, I have seen so many messages that in this country, after the prime minister or after the president, teachers are respected. So that kind of respect, then we'll understand that a good quality teachers can be attracted in this field, and we can get a very powerful resource, human resource in this. Now, you can say that teachers are also recognized the heart of learning process, and as long as they don't think that they are the heart of learning, this we can say implementation of education policy, or we can say reaching this policy to the lowest level, to the rural area, to the scheduled tribes and scheduled tribe students. We cannot reach the students. They can get this kind of education through this policy and the content of this policy. Similarly, the recruitment process is going to become very transparent. Very transparent means where not only with a degree you can get a job. Apart from that, you have to give the TET examination. Apart from TET, you will give a demo. You will be undergoing interview. You will go all types of skills and potential you will have to show, and then only you can be selected with a very transparent position as a teacher. Whatever malpractices are currently going on, it will be completely eradicated. And similarly, there will be a continuous professional growth for the teacher. Incentives will be given. Teacher from a primary, or you can say in new language, you can say foundation, can reach to the school leader or a position of a principal if the teacher has the kind of potential, creativity, vision, mission, and if they get the proper training, qualification, they can reach the highest level, is the most benefiting factor in this. Because as long as this kind of thing is not introduced or inculcated, we cannot expect that certain people, even they have the potential, even they have the capability, they are not reaching in that particular, because there are barriers, and all these barriers are nowadays removed, and a kind of new kind of aura is coming around the teachers, and which is really very positive factor for all of us, we understand. So with this, I thank all the panelists, all the organizing committee members, all the respected audience. Very positively you have heard about it, and therefore I really thank on my behalf. And any questions, if are there, please put in the chat box. I would like to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you very much. Very enlightening. And teachers are going to see a sea change in their role. And I personally feel that though training and qualification standards seem very tough for them, but they'll get their pride back as a guru when they're empowered with knowledge and ability to mold generations. With their status put on par with the best, we will attract the best to a profession that deserves the best. So now I invite Ravi Sharma